Hey everyone, welcome to One Flight Down Basement Beer Tastings, episode number 2. Today we're going to look at the fine folks at Sookram's Brewing Company from right here in Winnipeg, Manitoba. Alan, why are you dressed like it's summertime? Well, it's because I am dressed to have tropical flavors from the wonderful Sookram's Brewing Company, who make the Desert Island IPA. Sorry for flashing you there. The Desert Island IPA, the beer's so nice, I bought the shirt. The funny thing is I've usually got one of those sitting in the beer fridge almost at all times. Today I didn't, so I had to get one out of the beer closet, go put it up in the freezer. It's chilling right now, but so while that is happening, I'm going to crack open something called Shore Leave. Shore Leave is a beer that they did last summer. Here's the sound. So why am I doing this one? It's just to further in my adventures of showcasing beers that you can't buy. Yeah, sorry about that. Okay, so here's the pour in the sour Rattler. Pretty nice, eh? And by the way, I should have done that the other way around, but I am using, official Sookram's branded glassware. So, not that they gave it to me, they don't even know I exist, but, well, I guess their delivery guy does. A big shout out to Cole, the delivery guy at Sookram's. He's been to my house more times than friends or family in the longest time. So, yeah, not inside the house, of course, but yeah, up at the front step, a big flat of beer for me. Good old Cole. Cheers, Cole. The Shore Leave Sour Radler is inspired by the classic summer cocktail, the Pina Colada. Brewed with barley, oats, and wheat, this sour Radler has the addition of pineapple juice and coconut. Radlers are kind of just like a lower alcohol, like fruit beer. Like it's got juice in there, usually grapefruit juice, in this case pineapple juice, and it's got some additional coconut. And what's the percentage on this? It's 4% alcohol. You can see that 4% alcohol. It doesn't give the IBUs, which is interesting for a craft beer company. Usually they do put the IBUs, but that's fine. We don't need that. We don't need to be beer snobs. It's not a requirement around here. You know what, that's quite nice. It's actually a lot nicer than I remember it from last summer. And that's not to say I didn't like it the first time around, but Sookram's put out a lot of great product last summer. And yeah, there are certain ones that stick out in my mind as being like spectacular. And for some reason this wasn't one of them, but it's very refreshing. I'm glad I still have like 3 or 4 of these in the beer closet. That's good. It is tart. It is sour. You get a little bit of sourness in there, but not a lot. And I'm not a big fan of sour beers. I know what kind of hipster beer snob am I if I don't like sour beers, but I do like some, and this one is quite nice. Actually, Sookram's has done a number of sours that I have liked. If you like sour beer, I would highly recommend stuff from Sookram's. And if you don't, but you're kind of curious to try it, that would be probably my first choice, would be to go with Sookram's. Again, sorry that this isn't one that you can currently buy, but I'm really hoping that they do this again this summer, because it's quite nice. Now, a bit about Sookram's Brewing. They opened in March of 2019. The owner's name is Andrew Sookram, and prior to this, he had been a home brewer, had won some brewery contests, and then opened up his own brewery. It is located fairly central in the city. They're near Confusion Corner. If you live in Winnipeg or have lived in Winnipeg, or maybe even visited Winnipeg, you've probably got an idea of where Confusion Corner is. The symbol here it's not some sort of artist formerly known as thing. No, this is actual directional signage for how to get around this notorious corner in our city. So Sookram's, yeah, it is a little confusing. I think it's located, yeah, like right about there. Oh my God, I didn't do our fancy lighting. Hold on. There we go. There we go. Now it feels like a show. I just noticed actually over here. Apparently, just yesterday, I was having beer from Sookram's as well. It's a Coconut Moon Tower Stout. They recently did a series of Moon Tower Stouts with different flavors. There was a coconut, coffee, and a raspberry. I haven't tried the raspberry yet, but the coconut and the coffee were both very good. And so coconut is apparently a bit of a theme for them. They got the coconut in the Rattler and the coconut in the Stout. Yeah, now we're going to go with the Desert Island IPA. One of my favorite beers in the city, maybe elsewhere. In the last year, I've pretty much only drank locals. So, oh, there we go. Okay. No, it's a really nice IPA. I mean, people I know who don't even care for IPAs seem to really like this one. So, there we go. Nice white head. And fairly clear, which more in the style of, say, a West Coast IPA. With like the West Coast IPAs are more like a clear, crisp, not always as heavy on the alcohol, less malty. Whereas, say, like a New England IPA is like hazy. So let's take a little read of the can here, see what they've got. The alcohol content, 6.5. Cast away the mainland as you dive into this West Coast IPA. Desert Island IPA has intense hop flavors and aromas of peach, mango, and tropical fruit. Let's have a sip of this. Yep, still one of my favorites. Something about a tropical IPA. It just screams summertime to me. It's a beautiful, -4 degrees here in Winnipeg today, which for February is pretty darn good. And probably by the time I edit this and post it, it's going to be even colder, and you're really going to be wondering why I'm here in short sleeves. But no, it's a super nice beer. And I think the first one that I've featured in my 2 videos that you can actually go to the store or go to the website for Sookram's and buy. It's one of their main sort of flagship beers. You can get this one in liquor marts. You can get it in not all beer vendors, obviously, but your kind of more your better quality beer vendors, the ones that have a better selection. Some of the other sort of flagship ones that Sookram's have are the Cosmos Dry Hopped Sour, the Cult Classic Pilsner, and the Star Beast. There we go, the Imperial Stout. They've done this really cool thing there where a lot of their beers are named with sort of a movie theme or a sci-fi kind of a name. Like Moon Tower is kind of sci-fi. Star Beast is definitely a pretty sci-fi kind of name. Cult Classic, of course, very film-like. And of course, the Desert Island, which we're drinking now, I guess means like that sort of, what 3 movies would you have with you if you were stranded on a desert island kind of a thing. Which the correct answer is, Star Wars, The Big Lebowski, and Eraserhead. I think we can all agree on that. And they did a double IPA a few months ago called the Wilhelm Scream. I just had my last Wilhelm Scream. And really kind of interesting thing, the day that I ordered that and it came in, I was watching The Mandalorian on TV, and I'm pretty sure I heard a Wilhelm Scream as I was drinking the Wilhelm Scream I had in my glass. So that was kind of a cool thing. I'm pretty sure it was a double IPA, was that one. Yeah, I really like that style of beer, but I understand not everyone does, and that's cool. I do find, like, once you get into like triple IPAs and stuff, when it starts to get really crazy, when you like need a glass of water to quench your thirst from the beer you were just having, that's always a little weird. But like a good West Coast IPA, good New England IPA, even a double IPA, really like them, really like the hops. It works for me. And if it doesn't work for you, that's all good. We can still be friends. Another cool thing about Sookrams too is you can also get snacks. They've got Mr. Biltong beef jerky that you can get, and they do deliveries, so you can get beef jerky and beer delivered to your home. What more do you need? Living in a tough time in a lot of ways, but it's kind of nice to know that we can have beer and beef jerky delivered to our homes. You know, it's a way of knowing that things could be a lot worse, and we can have drinks together like this. You know, it's not the same as having you in the bar stool right over here. Like, I got a bar stool, 3 bar stools right there. Would love to have you all there, and I say all because that's probably how many of you watch all the way through to the end of the video. I don't know, but I'd love to have you here having a drink with me at my bar. But of course, we can't do that right now, but we can do this, and this is better than nothing. And it's kind of nice to be able to have a drink together, you know, in whatever way that we can. Till next time, stay safe, have a drink on me. We'll talk to you soon.